Prince of Orange is a title originally associated with the sovereign Principality of Orange, in what is now southern France. Under the Treaty of Utrecht of 1713, Frederick William I of Prussia ceded the Principality of Orange to King Louis XIV of France. After William III of England died without children, a dispute arose between Johan Willem Friso and Frederick I of Prussia, which was settled in the Treaty of Partition. Consequently, Friso's son, William IV had to share use of the title Prince of Orange with Frederick William I of Prussia. The title is traditionally borne by the heir apparent of the Dutch monarch. The title descends via absolute primogeniture since 1983, meaning that its holder can be either Prince or Princess of Orange. The Dutch royal dynasty, the House of Orange-Nassau, is not the only family to claim the title. Rival claims to the title have been made by German emperors and kings of the House of Hohenzollern and by the head of the French noble family of Mailly. The current users of the title are Catharina-Amalia, Princess of Orange jure, Georg Friedrich, Prince of Prussia, and Guy, Marquis de Mailly-Nesle. History = County of Orange = The title originally referred to Orange in the Vaucluse department in the Rhône valley of southern France, which was a property of the House of Orange, then of the House of Beau and the House of Saint-Lon before passing in 1544 to the House of Orange-Nassau. The principality originated as the County of Orange, a fief in the Holy Roman Empire, in the empire's constituent Kingdom of Burgundy. It was awarded to William of Gallon, a grandson of Charles Martel and therefore a cousin of Charlemagne, around the year 800 for his services in the wars against the Moors and in the reconquest of southern France and the Spanish March. His Occitan name is Willem. However, as a Frankish lord, he probably knew himself by the Old Germanic version of Wilhelm. William also ruled as Count of Toulouse, Duke of Aquitaine, and Marquis of Septimania. The horn that came to symbolize orange when heraldry came in vogue much later in the 12th century represented a pun on William of Gallon's name in French, from the character his deeds inspired in the Chanson de Geste, the Chanson de Guillaume, Guillaume or Courtenay, or its homophone Guillaume or Cornet. The chanson appears to incorporate material relating to William of Gallon's battle at the Orbieu or Orbiel River near Carcassonne in 793 as well as to his seizure of the town of Orange. Principality of Orange as the Kingdom of Burgundy fragmented in the early Middle Ages, the Holy Roman Emperor Frederick I Barbarossa elevated the lordship of Orange to a principality in 1163 to shore up his supporters in Burgundy against the Pope and the King of France. As the empire's boundaries retreated from those of the principality, the prince acceded to the sovereign rights that the emperor formerly exercised. As William the Silent wrote in his marriage proposal to the uncle of his second wife, the Elector August of Saxony, he held Orange as my own free property, not as a fief of any suzerain. Neither the Pope, nor the kings of Spain or France. That historical position of honor and reputation would later drive William the Silent forward, as much as it also fueled the opposition of his great-grandson William III to Louis XIV, when that king invaded and occupied Orange. The last descendant of the original princes, Rena copyright of Saint-Lon, left the principality to his cousin William the Silent, who was not a descendant of the original Orange family but the heir to the Principality of Orange by testament, however in violation against the inheritance pattern enacted by the last will of Marie de Beau, the Princess of Orange through kinship to whom Prince Rena copyright derived his own right thereto. In 1673, Louis XIV of France annexed all territory of the Principality to France and to the royal domain, as part of the war actions against the stayholder William III of Orange jure, who later became King William III of Great Britain. Orange ceased to exist as a sovereign realm, de facto. In 1673, Louis XIV bestowed the titular princedom on Louis Charles de Mailly, Marquis de Nesle, whose wife was a direct descendant, and heiress general by primogeniture, of the original princes of Orange. After the Marquis, the next holder was Louis of Mailly-Nesle, Marquis de Nesle. Although no longer descended from Louis Charles, a branch of the Mailly family still claim the title today. In 1714 Louis XIV bestowed the usufruct of the principality on his kinsman, Louis Armand of Bourbon, Prince de Conti. After his death in 1727 the principality was deemed merged in the crown by 1731. Abolition of the principality, continuation of the title because William III died without legitimate children, the principality was regarded as having been inherited by his closest cognate relative on the basis of the testament of Frederick Frederick I of Prussia, who ceded the principality a euro at least the lands, but not the formal title a euro to France in 1713. France supported his claim. In this way, the territory of the principality lost its feudal and secular privileges and became a part of France. The Treaty of Utrecht allowed the King of Prussia to erect part of the Duchy of Gelderland into a new Principality of Orange. The kings of Prussia and the German emperors styled themselves Princes of Orange till 1918. An Arnatic relative of William III, John William Friso of Nassau, who was also cognatically descended from William the Silent, was designated the heir to the Princes of Orange in the Netherlands by the last will of William III. Several of his descendants became stayholders. They claim the Principality of Orange on the basis of Arnatic inheritance, similar to that of William the Silent, who had inherited Orange from his cousin Rena copyright of Car Saint-Lon. They did however have a claim, albeit distant, to the Principality itself due to John William Friso's descent from Louise de Coligny, who was a descendant of the original Princes of Orange. They could also claim descent from the Del Bolso, an Italian branch of the Desbo family, via the marriage of Princess Anne to William IV, Prince of Orange. Anne was the eldest daughter of George II of Great Britain, who was a descendant of Elizabeth Woodville, wife of Edward IV of England. Elizabeth Woodville's grandmother was Margherita del Bolso, another descendant of Tiburge d'Orange. They also claimed on the basis of the testament of Philip William, Maurice and William III. Finally, they claimed on the basis that Orange was an independent state whose sovereign had the right to assign his succession according to his will. France never recognized any of this, nor allowed the Orange-Nassaus or the Hohenzollerns to obtain anything of the principality itself. The Orange-Nassau's nevertheless assumed the title and also erected several of their lordships into a new Principality of Orange. From that derivation of the title comes the tradition of the House of Nassau Diets, the later stayholders of the Netherlands, and the present-day royal family of the Netherlands, of holding this title. They maintain the tradition of William the Silent and the House of Orange-Nassau. Thus, there are now two claimants to this title, the House of Hohenzollern, who reigned in Prussia until 1918, the House of Mailly-Nesle. Bearers of the title as Counts of Orange House of Orange a sovereign Prince of Orange until 1340, it was customary for all sons of the Prince of Orange to inherit the title. Only the direct line of descent to Raymond V is shown here. House of Beau, the House of Beau succeeded to the Principality of Orange when Bertrand of Beau married the heiress of the last native Count of Orange, Tiburge, daughter of William of Orange, Ormuz, and Montpellier. Their son was William I of Beau-Orange. Bertrand was the son of Raymond of Beau and Stephanie of Gévaudan. Stephanie was the younger daughter to the heiress of the Counts of Provence. For a genealogical table, see the reference cited. Bertrand I used as Prince of Orange the coat of arms of the House of Beau, a 16-pointed white star placed on a field of gules. Later on, the Princes of Orange courted the legendary bugle horn as a heraldic figure into their coat of arms. House of Beau-Orange. House of Car Saint-Lon-Alais, the Lords of Chaulians and Alais were a cadet branch of the ruling house of the County of Burgundy, the Anscarids or House of Ivrea. They married the heiress of Beau-Orange. House of Car Saint-Lon-Orange, René inherited the Principality of Orange from his uncle Philibert on the condition that he bear the name and arms of the House of Car Saint-Lon-Orange. Therefore, he is usually counted as one of the Car Saint-Lon-Orange and history knows him as René of Car Saint-Lon, rather than of Nassau. House of Orange-Nassau, William of Nassau inherited the Principality of Orange from his cousin Rena copyright. Although William descended from no previous Prince of Orange, as Rena copyright had no children or siblings, he exercised his right as sovereign prince to will Orange to his first cousin on his father's side, who actually had no Orange blood. This began the Dutch royal House of Orange-Nassau. Title without territory equals. House of Orange-Nassau, the second House of Orange-Nassau, see House of Orange-Nassau family tree were cousins on their father and mother's side of the first house. Head of house Netherlands heir apparent House of Hohenzollern Frederick I of Prussia, a senior descendant in female line from William the Silent, who ceded his claims to the lands of Orange to France in 1713, and his descendants, but kept his right to use the title in its German form, currently Georg Friedrich, Prince of Prussia, Prinz von Oranien. House of Mailly, Louis de Mailly, Marquis de Mailly-Nesle, appointed by the French king, and his descendants, descended through another line of the House of Hohenzollern, currently Guy, Marquis de Mailly, Prince d'Orange. House of Bourbon, Louis Armand II, Prince of Conti, appointed by the French king, and his descendants, the Princes of Conti becoming extinct in 1815. Princes of Orange of the House of Orange-Nassau. Historical background William the Silent was the first stayholder of the Dutch Republic and the most significant representative of the House of Orange in the Netherlands. He was count of a portion of the German territory of Nassau and heir to some of his father's fiefs in Holland. William obtained more extensive lands in the Netherlands as an inheritance from his cousin Rena copyright of Car Saint-Lon, Prince of Orange, when William was only 11 years old. After William's assassination in 1584, the title passed to his son Philip William, and after his death in 1618, to his second son Maurice, and finally to his youngest son, Frederick Henry. The title of Prince of Orange became associated with the stayholder of the Netherlands. William III was also King of England, Scotland and Ireland, and his legacy is commemorated annually by the Protestant Orange Order. William and Mary had no legitimate children. After his death in 1702, his heir in the Netherlands was John William Friso of Nassau-Diers, who assumed the title, King William having bequeathed it to him by testament. The other contender was the king in Prussia, who based his claim to the title on the will of Frederick Henry, William III's grandfather. Eventually, a compromise was reached by which both families were entitled to bear the title of Prince of Orange. By then, it was no more than a title because the principality had been annexed by Louis XIV of France. Friso's line held it as their principal title during the 18th century. The French army expelled them from the Netherlands in 1795, but on their return, the Prince of Orange became the first sovereign of the Netherlands in 1813. After the establishment of the current Kingdom of the Netherlands in 1815, the title was partly reconstitutionalized by legislation and granted to the eldest son of King William I of the Netherlands, Prince William, who later became William II of the Netherlands. Since 1983, the heir to the Dutch throne, whether male or female, bears the title Prince or Princess of Orange. The firstborn child of the heir to the Dutch throne bears the title Hereditary Prince, SS, of Orange. When her father Willem Alexander became King of the Netherlands following the abdication of Queen Beatrix, Princess Catharina-Amalia became the Princess of Orange. The Prince, SS, of Orange is styled as Her Royal Highness the Prince, SS, of Orange van Oranje. During the 15th, 16th and 17th centuries, the Prince, SS, of Orange was styled as Her Highness the Prince, SS, of Orange van Oranje, except for William III, who rated the royal koninklijke. Arms The princes of Orange in the 16th and 17th century used the following sets of arms. On becoming Prince of Orange, William placed the Car Saint-Lon arms in the center of his father's arms. He used these arms until 1582 when he purchased the Marquisate of Veere and Vlissingen. He then used the arms attributed to Frederick Henry, etc. with the arms of the Marquisate in the top center, and the arms of the County of Buren in the bottom center. Their growing complexity shows how arms are used to reflect the growing political position and royal aspirations of the House of Orange-Nassau. The Counts of Orange of the First House of Orange. The First House of Orange is somewhat of a conjecture given the fragmentary nature of documentation in the early medieval era. The French Wikipedia page for the First House of Orange has presented what is known with references. Their chart is reproduced here. Descendants of Ponce de Mailly-Nesle, the arms of the Counts d'Orange is a reference point. Arms did not exist until the late 12th century. Ponce de Mailly-Nesle, ex Blismodis, Humbert a copyright Varque de Vaison, Jusque Euro unregistered trademark N1005, Garnier, a copyright Varque da Euro unregistered trademark Avignon, Isen, Ponce de Mailly-Nesle, ex Richelder, originaire de la Euro unregistered trademark User GE, Far copyright Rod de Nice a copyright Varque de Gap, Pierre de Marabel a copyright Varque de Vaison, Ponce de Mailly-Nesle. Descendants Mailly-Nesle. Arnould des. Descendants des. Gar copyright Rad, Rambord, Raoul, Legia de Nice, Exodal de Provence, Phil de Guillaume Aya de Provence, Rostam de Gras copyright Oliares. Descendants Gras copyright Oliares. Pierre de Nice, a copyright Varque de Sisteron, Jaucara de Nice, ex Amic de Vence Avignon, Gerbage de Nice, XFR, Bar copyright Renga da Euro unregistered trademark Avignon, Bar copyright Renga da Euro unregistered trademark Avignon. Rambord de Nice, ex 1032 Axelina da Euro unregistered trademark Apt, Legia da Euro unregistered trademark Apt, ex Amancia de Lacoste Castellane, Odila de Nice, ex Boniface de Rilan, Gisela de Nice, ex Restang d'Agalt, Legia de Gout, a copyright Varque d'Apt, Croix a copyright, Pierre de Nice a copyright Varque de Sisteron, Puy a copyright Varque de Vaison, Rostam de Fra copyright Jus, ex Axelina de Marignan, Rambord de Nice, Seigneur de Gras copyright Oliares, ex Bar copyright L'Île de Marseille, Amic, Guillaume, ex Avant 1045 Salo S de Rilan, Vouvda. Guilhem d'Agalt, Bertrand Rambord da Euro unregistered trademark Orange, ex 1068 Ada copyright Laude de Cavanes, Vouve de Guillaume v Bertrand de Provence, La copyright Geru Laderus, a copyright Varque da Euro unregistered trademark Avignon, 1124-1126 to 1142, Joussarand Legia, Seigneur de Gras copyright Oliares, ex 1064 Gerbage, Phil de Fawkes Bertrand de Provence, Pierre, Rambord d'Orange, The Crusader or English Wiki, Thibage d'Orange, ex 1104 Giraud Ada copyright Mar de Montiel, ex 1129 Guillaume d'Ormelaz, Raimbout d'Orange, The famous Troubadour or English Wiki, Thibage d'Orange, ex 1171 Bertrand Desbaux, Hughes 4, Bertrand 2, Thibage, Guillaume Desbaux or English Wiki, ex Amgard de Mar copyright Veralyn, Guillaume II Desbaux or English Wiki. See also: List of heirs to the Dutch throne. References. Literature: Herbert H. Rowan, The Princes of Orange, The Stadtholders in the Dutch Republic. Cambridge and New York, Cambridge University Press, 1988. John Lothrop Motley, History of the United Netherlands from the Death of William the Silent to the Synod of Dort. London, John Murray, 1860. John Lothrop Motley, The Life and Death of John of Barneveld. New York and London, Harper and Brothers Publishing, 1900. Pteus Johannes Block, History of the People of the Netherlands. New York, G. P. Putnam Sons, 1898. Reign of Anderswizen, Het Huis van Oranje, Prinsen, Stadhouders, Koningen en Koninginnen. Haarlem, De Haan, 1979. External links: Treaty ceding the Principality to Louis XIV, Treaty of Partition,